Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Today, what I've done is I completed the Jara board, so we're ready to rock and roll. And this is just a quick little tutorial how to work Jara. Um, First of all, how I did it was how I came up with the theme was I went to two websites and that generates game themes, and I just picked one out of like 20 options, and it was Cyberpunk. So basically, with Jara is there's three parts of the planning, or there's three categories to the planning: the roadmap, and roadmap. Just think of it as uh, this. Just think of roadmap and epic issue. Issue is a task, and think of these two as an overall goal. So, for example, in this overall goal, as the game developer, I want to develop a MVP game based on the cyberpunk theme. MVP means minimal viable product. I'm going to be using that term a lot, and I'm going to be short. I'll use it the abbreviation MVP. Um, so basically, what the MVP is just think of it as Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers, all it needs for MVP is the player to move left and right and jump, and obstacles as far as just jumping over the pitfalls, and then the goal, reaching the goal at the end, and that's MVP. That's simple as that. So, as the cyberpunk theme, I created a first-person shooter or a first-person combat game, which will have melee and it's a shooter game too. So basically, with that is the player movement, the player attacks something. It could be an enemy, it could just be an object, and reach a specific goal reach a goal in a specific area, and that's it. That's all we need as far as an MVP. So again, the roadmap is just basically either goals or one particular goal. The next part is a backlog. The backlog is just basically it's this is the first sprint, and it just basically all the issues, and issues are just basically reference referring to issues, or issues referring to tasks what we need to complete, and these are all the issues that I put in there. And the next part is the board. The board is a Kanban board, and how it works is I separate it to do programming and to do artwork. And basically, to do these two columns are not assigned to anybody yet. So then the process is when someone is assigned to this project, this is issue, which you guys will be responsible for assigning your own issues. You move it to the in progress. That means that you're working on it, and then after you're done working on it, we test it. And after if it's been testing, if it's no bugs or anything like that, then it's done. I might add a few more columns just in case. For example, debugging or bugging, or bug, however I want to phrase it, and also maybe implementing the artwork into the game. But again, I might not. Um, Now, looking at the viewing the issues, there's two ways of doing it. What I highly recommend, and I'll just discuss it because it's the easiest way to do it, is get on the board on this Kanban board, what I'm on right now, and as for the programmers, which will be me, Eric, and Angel, all we have to do is just click on it, and it brings up the issue. As the artist will be Mackenzie and Armin. Same thing. You just click on it and it brings it up. Um, so to assign it is and I'll give you another example how to view the issue. You go to the backlog and you click on it and it brings it up on the right side. I do not recommend this is because you have to search through all of them. You have to go through all of them and see which one applies to you. What team applies to you. So that's why I don't recommend it. This one's a lot more easier on the board. So to assign it is to view it, you click on it and I'll discuss what each part is. So on the left part, on the top where I'm clicking at right now, this part right here, is just a summary of an issue. As a player, I want to have a camera so I could see the game, and I want to have a player controller so I can move and attack. And then it has the description, and it has the completion criteria. This is what needs to be met before it's completed. The child issues is just basically the completion criteria. So if I click on that, it basically does the same thing. It just says, as a camera, I want to be first person view so the player can view the game in first person. And it has the completion criteria and description. Let me go back real quick. Okay, now, yeah, these are the child issues. Linked issues is what's linked to it. And then these Confluence page, this is so beneficial for us to use Jira and Confluences because by clicking on it, it takes you straight to the document where it's linked to. So as a player, it links me to the game document on the player page. So it has all the information here about the player, what I've put on there. So let's see, we can even try another one. So like say for example, if I want to go to those weapons, I just scroll down. This is the description, the completion criteria. Dependencies, it's dependent on it's basically blocking it. And as you can see, it's blocking it right here. It's blocked by, as a player, I want a player controller so I can move and rotate throughout the game and have an attack so I could combat enemies. So this one is a plasma gun. So if I go down to the Confluence page and I click on it, it brings it up on the game document. And it tells me about the mechanics, the artwork, and this is the picture how I would like to have it done. Gives it the description how I want it done. And so that's basically it about the left part of it. Let's go back over here. The right part, the details. Okay, first of all, right here where it says to do programming. Now to move from on the bar from move it to the workflow. Well, so basically what the workflow is let me go back a little bit. The workflow is to do, then it goes to progress, and then testing, and then done. I think I covered that already. So to move it between these, I could either do one of two things. Is if I'm already assigned to it, I could just click and drag it. Simple as that. The other thing, which probably would be a lot more easier, is when I'm in it, I could just go where it says to do programming. I could just click on it, and I could just click it to in progress. And if I exit out of it, it's already in progress right there. That's probably the easiest way to do it because when you're working on the task, you basically full view of it or full screen. If I actually click on it, it actually opens up a new. It opens up the issue in a new tab, and it's the same thing. The left part, the right part. So the priority is again over here to do programming. That's probably the easiest way to do the workflow. The priority is it goes from high, medium, low, and lowest. The highest is it's a necessity for the game to have this feature done to have an MVP. Simple as that. So the highest needs to be completed first, then the high, then medium, then low, and then lowest, in that order. Labels are just basically what they are. So it's or part of something, like it's part of the player. It's also in the programming team. The assignee, let me see. is that's where you assign it the task to yourself. So with me, I will assign it to myself. Let me double check to make sure it's the correct one. Yeah, it's the player controller. And you know what? Maybe I should put player controller. Nah, I won't. It's okay. So I assigned it to myself. And I already assigned it to myself. The due date, I didn't put the due date in yet because this is just our first game that we're actually creating. So as long as it's done within 2 weeks, that's all I care about. The estimated time and time tracking, I would like us to actually input that because it will help the team out a lot by determining how much work we could actually get done. It will actually be a good measuring stick for us. Um, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention is these comments right here. Um, Especially as programmers, when we're assigned to a task that's dependent on something else, on another task, is we'll put the comments here. So, like, say for example, if I'm working with Angel, or I'm working on something and Angel's working on a task that is linked to mine, so I would say, or vice versa, if yeah, the only one is Armin on here. So, for example, if I want to message Armin, I just add him at the uh, in the comment, and I just say something. Did you add